Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So in today's video I want to show you ladies again what I have chosen to use for my kids for this 2020 2021 school year, and why I've chosen to use it, how I made it cheaper, how I've organized it, what it really is, how I intend on making it my own in terms of adding more Islam into it. Inshallah bi'idhnillah. So let's get started. So Bookshark is the secular sister to Sunlight, and Sunlight is a Christian-based box curriculum that has been around for a lot of years, and it works. Children who have studied using Sunlight all the way up through high school, because it does go up through to high school, score really high on their college entrance exams and essays, and they do well in college because it's literature based. So for example, here's all the books that you would get if you ordered the Level B package. It's a lot of books. The entire learning is based around literature books, and so the children are exposed to more types of vocabulary, writing styles. They get a love of reading, of books, which is what I want from my kids, because as you know, in Islam, a lot of the knowledge that your children will grasp is going to be from books. They're going to need to love books in order to really learn their religion, right? And so, for example, for my older kids, I've added a few books. For example, this book, and a lot of there's a series of lectures on. I think for this one, I'm going to use the ones that Hassan Somali has on SoundCloud, where he goes through this book. It's like 17 audios, but this book has like 12 chapters. So a lot of Islamic chapter books. Okay, so I paused it for a second. So I was saying, so this has 12 chapters in it. So, you know, we will read, as Bookshark has for a lot of their books, a chapter a day, 2 chapters a day. But these chapters are quite large, so we will read a chapter a day and finish a couple of Islamic books that I've added in. So let's go into Bookshark for a second, okay? And so that's one of the core reasons that I chose to use. Those are the core reasons why I chose to use Bookshark. And don't look at that $700 tag. We're going to make that times cheaper. And I see that we have a lot of people on our WhatsApp group where they don't, you know, shipping might be a problem, and paying that extra and stuff. So I'm going to show you how you can get this and make this stupid cheap, inshallah bi'idhnillah. Okay, so this is the Level B full package. Now Bookshark does not do their own maths. Let me kind of get in here. So they give you an option for maths, and you kind of go down and you customize it and you choose what maths program you want to use. So they give you options between Saxon, Singapore, Right Start, and Maths UC. Those are the ones that they suggest, but you could opt not to do any maths from them and do whatever you want to do for maths. And that's a whole other video as to what we chose to do for maths. I've combined Beast Academy and Right Start Maths for my kids, inshallah bi'idhnillah, and I'll explain that in another video. So the reason I'm doing B, it's actually age range. It's not graded. So you might look at B and say, oh, it's grade 1. But you could also use it for a child of 8 years old, which might be grade 2 going into grade 3. Maybe even your 3rd grader could still get benefit from this level and learn. Okay, so what I have chosen to do is, because I'm going to put together my own maths, I put it separately. All their packages have reading with history in one, which means that all of their readers, their personal readers, are going to be somewhat correlated. Well, not all, because I've seen a few of them that are just not, but some of them are going to be coming back to the history point. Okay, so, and at this level, you do as a parent have some books that you have to do to read to the child, read alouds, and I'll show you that in the instructor's guides. So you read the read aloud. Some of the books are at their age range where they will be the ones doing the reading. So since I have my 6-year-old and my 8-year-old doing Bookshark Level B, sorry, I clicked on the wrong one. Since I have my 6 and 8-year-old doing it, my 8-year-old is going to grade 3, my 6-year-old is going into grade 2, inshallah bi'idhnillah. I'm having them do reading with history together. Now, the language arts can be separated. So I know that my 8-year-old, in terms of his reading ability and language arts, is at a higher level than my 6-year-old. My 6-year-old is kindergarten at the moment. You know, he reads pretty well, mashallah, tabarakallah, but he can't read what my 8-year-old reads. So how do we separate that? So for my 8-year-old, I have him with this full package because the readers in here are at his level. Okay, this is I'll go show you the books, but like I said, some of them I have to read to him and some of them he will have to read to himself. Then I go over into C and click language arts. And in C's language arts, you'll see it says there is 2, 3, and 4. So then what I recommend is you can go in and choose, not from your child's reading level, because they do have a reading placement test assessment. Choose it by your child's language arts ability, because the language arts, the grammar, your child might be able to read really, really well, but still don't understand the difference between subject and predicate, compound words, and so on. If you go too advanced in your readers, your language arts is going to correlate, and it's going to be language arts. They're going to skip language arts topics, which I think I ended up doing with my son, because I got him level 3 when the readers are really good for him in his reading level, but the language arts is above him, and he really needs to do, he would have skipped some of the language arts that would have been found in the level 2 instructors guides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get him the language arts 2 and just store the language arts 3 so that when he's finished, so you can purchase the instructor's guide by itself, or you can purchase it along with the readers. So here you can say I purchased the readers as part of the history, so I only need the instructor's guides, or altogether, if I get the guide with the books from them, it's $150. Now, what I have chosen to do is get the instructor's guide and then get the instructor's guide and purchase the books separately, because it will tell me I got the reading with history for them, and then I got my youngest son his language arts. Okay, it tells you what's included. And so all of these books are listed here. These are the books that you need. I got the books from them, but to save money, you could just get this, right? And then purchase these books as you need. So you can get the books for the first 10 weeks and rock out like that. Some libraries have online versions of these books. Some of these books you could probably find in one of your reading apps, and so you don't actually need to get the book and ship it to your child. Can read it straight off of some apps. I think Hippo might have some, and there are a few others that might have some of these books that you can do. Explode the Code, Writing Without Tears are optional add-ons that you can do, which I did also get. And so this is what I have done for my kids. So they are going to share reading with history, which a lot of those books I'm going to read to them, or I will look for the audiobooks on Audible and, you know, the other audiobook places, and have them follow along in the book as they listen. And then I got each of them their own language arts level. They will share science, and they they have their own maths and their own handwriting. And I got them the add-on for the history, which was the craft box. So what I did to separate these to keep my sanity is not only did I put them onto my online planner, I have my two eldest, all of their lesson plans are in one book. And this is all the lesson plans for my two eldest. And they're doing level G. And then for Ibrahim, my two youngest, I have their language arts together in one binder. So they have a language arts binder, and then they have a science and history and reading binder. So the lesson plans, the teacher instructor's guides, are very, very, very detailed. You do not need to plan anything. It tells you what to do. Week 9, day 1, you're going to be needing these books. That's what you're going to be doing. That's language arts. And the history is the same way. Hold on, these books are heavy and I'm trying to do it one-handed. This is why I think some people put them in their own individual folders for each topic. So here history, we're going to need favorite poems of childhood, page this is what you're going to be reading from that page. You're going to be reading this book here. Please see a note below. You're going to be reading read alouds, meaning I'm going to read this book to them, and these icons have their own meaning. There's a map point because they do give you a map. Timeline figure, I have the timeline book. And then we're going to be using, you know, Osborne books are gorgeous. And this page, and every day is there. You just write in the date that you did it and you move on with your life. And I explained why I've decided to use a digital planner. And then there's even more detail for each day. Day 1, more detail. And like I said, for my older kids, I am actually going to be adding a lot of Islamic books for them to read. Like I showed you, the Prophet's Prayer described, they're going to be reading that, inshallah, bismillah, because this is how their language arts, they need, some of the books they do need. Greek myths, we will not be reading that book. Although this book it's not a hey, come and love, you know, yeah, we agree with what the Greeks were going to say. It's a knowledge based. And I actually do need to check, thinking out loud, I do need to check to see if this is anything they really need in any state testing, because where I'm at, they do I think state testing is mandatory. So they might need this for knowledge purpose, but I think it's irrelevant. Y'all just fill that section. So week 6, this is the old copy of the thingy, but it's just read the book. So I can replace it. There's no additional point. There's no grammar point to it. We're not doing the writing from them. I'll show you what we're doing for writing. And so that's why I'm just going to replace some of these books, because they're just readers. They're just there for additional read. I'm not replacing all of them because, again, I want them to be exposed to different types of literature and writing styles and vocabulary and words and so on. But look, day 1, just read here to there. That's it. That's all they wanted. Day 2, read here to there. That's it. So there's no writing point to it, you know. And that's for the literature. For the history, for example, here, the Golden Goblet. This is in week 3. And there's an audiobook for Golden Goblet, so we're keeping that. Read chapter 9, then read chapter 10, 11 each day. Okay, so day 1, where they're reading, they have the vocabulary words that they'll be looking for, which are nice, but I really don't need it, again, because I have a vocabulary program. I'm using Wordly Wise. And then there are just some discussion questions. So you, the parent, you don't have to read the book, but because you're not reading the book, in order to ask them questions to confirm their understanding, do kind of reading comprehension, they give you questions to ask. Here are the questions you're going to ask your child. Here are the answers that they should be giving you back. And that's it. It's just the reading comprehension portion of it, literature analysis type section of it. So we are going to do some of them, like I said, and some of them I've changed to being Islamic books. And then the science has worksheets. I got the new science one for this school year, last year's science. So if you're buying a used one, it's not colored like this. It's just black and white. And so it comes with worksheets, so you don't have to worry about science, but all the worksheets, I took the worksheets and book, and I'll show you when I kind of detail through that what I did. And I got them the science kit. And then for my older ones, for history, they have the lap book on steroids that I showed you guys before. And so like I said, because you know a lot of you live overseas, and you might not want to be ordering a whole this, because just the 2 little things that I ordered came in 2 boxes. It was a ton of books. So the other thing that Bookshark also offers, which will save you some shipping money, is online teachers manuals. Okay, so a lot of the manuals are online, and you can purchase them online. You can, like I said, get the books that you need and as you need them, and begin to teach your children relatively cheap, and call that a day. So for me, I have when you purchase the actual physical, I don't know why it keeps doing that, hold on. So when you purchase the actual physical instructor's guides, they also give you access to the online instructor's guide. Or you could just purchase the online instructor's guide and call that a day by itself. So you go into your account, you go down here, you have where you find all your online instructor's guides. Let's say, for example, let's go into this one. And we're doing, let's say we do week 12. You click on the week that you're doing, and you click on the day that you want, and you can keep track of it here as well, marking the days complete as you go, and you get 1 year access to it. So it's not a lifetime access, it's a 1 year access to it, and everything you need is here. It's not printable, but everything you need is here, and that again reduces shipping costs and everything else that you need to teach your children. Okay, so just really quickly, let me show you what I got to go along with my Bookshark. Just a little bonus. So with all the Bookshark stuff, I also got for my kids spelling you see, for each of them for their level. I got Maths You See primer, and I've stored all the little blocks into this. It looks like a tackle box. It fits my hold on, that paper is in the way, but it fits all of the manipulatives quite well. So I got the Maths You See, and I actually got it used on eBay years ago. So this year all I needed to get was the manipulatives, the counting blocks for my 3.5-year-old. She's really interested in learning, and so I roll with them as they're ready. Then I'm going to be doing Essentials in Writing for my 2 eldest. And Essentials in Writing, they're not sharing. They're going to have their own levels, and it has it comes with CDs. The thing I like about this, as they get into the upper grades, the writing curriculum has a scoring service. It's $100 for the scoring service for the year. But I don't have to correct their writing, and I don't claim to be a teacher. So as they get older, and I need their writing to be more critiqued, and I don't want to do their rubric, and maybe I should have graded this harder, or maybe I graded it too easy. I don't have to worry about that. I can simply have them type it up and send it into a qualified teacher, and that person will motivate them and you know, get them to par. So, and this is the book. They watch the video and they come through, and you don't have to do any placement because he starts really slow and then he adds on for your kids to help them with their writing. And I think the younger grades also do some grammar in the beginning. I also have the timeline, one timeline book. They're all going to share it. And I got the map. Like I said, I got the lap books. This is how I'm storing the lap books. I still got to do it for the other one. This is their math facts work, their science kits. They're going to share. There's more than enough stuff in there for them to share. Level B comes with this CD. I got from Handwriting Without Tears. I got this chalkboard, which on the picture I thought it was going to be smaller. This double-lined chalkboard to help them with their handwriting. I feel handwriting is very, very important. People kind of judge you on your handwriting to a certain extent. Oh, she writes neatly, or she, you know, whatever. Anyhow, it was $12. I thought it was going to be stupid small. It is huge. It's blocking out the light. And then for my 3.5-year-old, I got her All About Reading, the deluxe package, and she got the little puppet. It's a really good puppet. And this is the pre-reading that I got for her, and I'll show you ladies this, or you can just go on YouTube and look for videos. But I have already torn down her book. Yes, I tear my books, make my life easier and store. I have a 1.5-year-old, so she's coming up. She's going to need this. And these are the crafts that I've separated down. Yep. So that's there for her. This is the history craft kits I showed you ladies before. And these are all the readers. This is their vocabulary and phonics for the 2 younger ones, and Wordly Wise for the 3 older ones. I actually am going to be adding in word roots beginner for them because I want them to go into the word roots, the roots of the words. So I might start them at word roots and then add Wordly Wise, because word roots is just one little book of activities if they're doing an activity a day or activity a week or something. But I want them to know that words have their roots, Latin, Greek. Once you see this type of suffix or prefix, this is what to expect from the meaning of this word. And that, inshallah ta'ala, will help them more with vocabulary than just memorizing the meanings of specific individual words. And then all of these, as you can see, some of the books have been doubled because there are core books for the subject, and I don't think the kids will share very well. The Greek myths books did come, but like I said, we're not going to be using those. And as we go through, I'll be ejecting a couple more of these. And these are, again, like I said, not all the books, because I have only one full set for G, and then half a set for G for another child. I'll keep adding. I have everything that both of the children need for the first 20 weeks, and then I'll keep adding as we go, inshallah. Down here is Handwriting Without Tears for my 2 youngest. My 2 eldest are going to be doing cursive. I don't have math yet. All of them have started Beast Academy. I'm trying to think. And of course, their Arabic and Quran learning will be coming, inshallah ta'ala. And I'll show you ladies that, of course, when that arrives. And this is it. And this is why I chose Bookshark. I feel very comfortable in what I've chosen to do for them. And, you know, if I really couldn't get all this stuff, you can still get it. Get the stuff online. Get the online instructor's guides. See what books you can get free online if you sign up with your library. A lot of the libraries now have online copies of their books that you can rent. You know, a lot of them have audio books that you can listen to. Google has an archive book database that you might be able to get PDFs of some of these books, the older versions, because some of these books can show you have different covers, but they're the same book. They're different covers, but the same book, just you know, look a little slightly different. And save yourself money and still give your kids a really, really great curriculum. Inshallah, bi'ithnillah. If you have any additional questions, feel free to put comments below. Please like the video and share it for as much benefit as we can get to those who need it, inshallah, bi'ithnillah. And if you have any questions, again, just feel free to ask me. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.